Hello. I really hope everything's working. Let's get Spotify closed because I am so late to stream. Oh, good grief. But I'm here, finally. I was supposed to be live about an hour ago. I clearly was not. My setup's a mess. Just ignore it. I'd turn my camera off, but I like having face cam. Also, my ears are weirdly very bright, so I might just switch the colour a bit. I don't know why it's so glaring today, so let's find a colour where it's not. Pink's okay. Pink looks okay. But yes, I'm here. I'm sorry I'm late. Essentially what happened right before stream is I hit my head pretty hard. But I should be okay, and people should be able to see stream now, and I don't think I've forgotten anything. So yeah, I am going to be playing Stanley again, because I like the Stanley Parable. And hopefully it loads, because it doesn't look to be showing up in my apps, which is weird. Hopefully this doesn't kill stream, but it might. Give me Stanley. Oh, Steam has to update. Steam! That would explain it. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I did show off a few new redeems, or I did set them up, so those will be active for stream today. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for Steam to update, because I literally can't do anything else. As soon as it's updated, I will flip across to the other loading screen. Is it done? Stanley gonna open? I really don't want to accidentally dox all of my information, so just holding out just a little longer. But I hope you're all doing well today, and yeah, I got back from work like an hour ago, maybe two, but yeah, there we go. Stanley looks to be loading now. Yep, it is, except for the fact that I am on the wrong OBS screen, so I can't see it. Come on. You can do it. There we go. It's picking it up now. So I'm gonna quickly send out one last message, and then we'll get into Stanley, because we'd started on the new content. I like maxing out the brightness, but I'm gonna put it there. Actually, just because I'm streaming, I am gonna max it because it looks better on stream. Until the cat and dog are friends. Friends would be there. Until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Becomes the number 9 is there. I like these sliders. This is fun. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. That's a good spot. I really hope the audio is fine as well. I am a scrumtush kind of person. I like that. Please don't adjust the slider. Okay. Do you know what time it is right now? No. Is the time that is right now the correct time? Yes? What is time anyway? Yes. Know anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? Yes, I will. I will absolutely come back to visit you. Please don't just crash the game. That would be really awkward. Oh, that's right. They I have the new screen now because it's the new game. It's new. It is very loud in my headset. Hopefully that looks alright. Oh, I've got alarms that are about to go off. I need to turn those off now. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna jump into it and completely forget to check everything. I do have chat up on the side, so it should be okay, and hopefully it won't lag too much. I'll just check my levels. Yes, bombscosity. Video. Full screen. Okay, we should be good. I'm getting notifications. I'm just gonna sit here for just a minute. There we go. I'm just being very impatient. Someone was grabbing noms, and they are late. So, hopefully it's not lagging too much. It doesn't look to be lagging too much on my end. I don't know about stream. Hopefully everything is loading correctly. And I have my vanilla Coke, and I also have my water for when I get drowned, because inevitably that will happen. But yes, I have a bunch of new rewards set up, so you can choose the colour of the headphone lights.
This is
We're skipping because it lags so much if I don't skip.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Because yeah, we got the ending last time.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Good, good, excellent. I might go and do the room 430 thing again while I have the bucket, just to see if it's...
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, I will. I don't know if it's going to make me do certain endings again now that I have the bucket.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
My simp has arrived! Hello, Minnie!
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Ah!
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Something just leapt off my desk at me. But welcome, welcome. Broom closet, yes. Oh, because you weren't here last stream. Yes, we got the stickers on the bucket.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
We
upstairs
did
to the
the
boss's office.
escape with the bucket, and the place wouldn't let me leave. I haven't found the "this is a bucket" ending yet.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't
Hell yeah.
buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator Parable, sir. I didn't know that would be in there. That was amusing. No button. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
Teeny
the
tiny
bucket
bit of lag,
really
but not enough to inhabit the
Yes,
stream.
this is
Okay,
certainly the
awesome.
most logical explanation.
It seems to be running better today than it has in the past, so I'm hopeful. What if we go up and down in the elevator again, but this time with the bucket? I wonder what'll happen. Because that's something I haven't done. For a second there I read loading as bucket, so it's gonna be a good night. But yes, because you weren't here, the reason I'm so late is
downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Toga Damaru in chat. Sorry, before I was rudely interrupted by Mr. Narrator there. The reason I'm so late to stream, and the reason it started an hour later than it was supposed to, is I hit my head. Because you weren't here for me to tell at the start of the stream. I was standing up and hit it on the counter when I was putting the dog to bed. So I spent like half an hour with a bag of frozen sweet corn, like, as an ice pack, so I might be a bit dizzy and a bit out of it. I'm fine, it's fine. I just stood up and went dunk. It's
Wait,
fine.
Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Bucket's so mean. I want to go press the number 3. Yeah, I'm fine. I just hit my head. Hopefully I won't be feeling too tired or anything bad. I do have my lovely, lovely mother on speed dial for if things start
Here we are,
feeling
said
bad.
Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Yo, well done.
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Yeah, well done. You got the Toga Damaru. I love saying Toga Damaru, and I don't know
The
why.
bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
He was doing what to the number 3? Sorry, what?
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Oh, this is sad. I've not. I think I might have seen the majority of the endings once, and all of the old endings I watched such a long time ago. The playthrough I chose to watch was Nate Wants to Battle.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion.
Such
He
a
wielded
wonderful
the
number 3, yeah.
like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I can't play the piano either, which is sad. This bucket is killing my vibe right now. Come on, bro. The number 3 is such a good
Stanley
number.
and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
The bucket's just not connecting the way we used to. This is sad. I must find out. I must get a resolution to this story.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Finally. We're gonna get it to understand.
For months he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Stage 333333333. Do you think he likes the number 3? 47.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
The dude who came up with pizza? Oh my god, I want to hear him. Hi, hello Fossa. Hi. I hope you're doing okay. I know you've got a lot of studying to do, so...
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends.
Damn.
And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Damn. Yes. Would I go to the number 3 conference? Probably. Like, especially if it was someone I cared about, I'd probably go to the conference. Can't stay long, need to be up tomorrow, but what can you do? Yeah, I know. If you need to sleep, go sleep. Because I know you're up at stupid o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm just playing because I can. Yeah. I understand that you can't stay long. That's perfectly fine. I'm just happy you could make it here. I can't press any of the buttons.
All of his co-workers were gone.
But yeah, thank you for coming by anyway.
Stanley
It really
decided
does
to go
mean
to
a
the
lot.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Wait, it no work, give a sec. What no work? Huh? Did you do something?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Did something break, or did you press something on your end? There may also have been an ad, although I don't think you should have been getting ads. So, thank you for the hydrate. Now it works? Okay, gotcha. Thank you for keeping me hydrated. It's probably a good shout considering, yeah, I kind of hit my head earlier. It's fine. Yes, thank you for the hydrates. What? Trust the completionist instinct? Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, it'll pointless to be honest. Weird spinning figurine. Oh, is this the? How can you tell who spotted them? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Fig leaves are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room? There will be a reward for finding them. I'm caught on a chair. Concerns. Places to search. A large room, lots of boxes. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. Nearby a fireplace. Gotta collect them all. Looks like 427. Is it some kind of game? There must be a point to this. Okay, so I was gonna go downstairs. Hi, Mr. Broom Closet.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Why is it red?
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things.
Figleys.
Mini stands.
No,
Stanley
Figleys.
figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
It's fine.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms.
Okay, that's
Am I
different.
crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
Oh,
How did
no.
I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Where's me bucket?
Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Oh,
gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Oh, this
None of
bucket,
them were
I
his.
hadn't even
None
noticed
of them were
them.
his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He
Where
had to
is
return
it?
to his old friend. It was the only way
It's
to
on
truly
top of the
restore
car.
his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Oh no.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Damn. Well done.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella! She's back!
Mariella
We
woke
stand
up on a
Mariella.
day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Damn.
Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad. ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game, it could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought.
Damn.
And she hugged her own bucket even
I need to get myself a bucket. I don't own one.
For this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
I wish I could backflip all the way to work. That sounds like fun. Oh, there's a silly cobra. I don't know, man. Bucket kind of... Do not tell me you're simping for a bucket. It is a bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What happens if you do confusion with the bucket?
This was not the direct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
It is blue.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Hey, well done.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Let's go get confused. See the spoilers. Let's go. I've not done this. I genuinely, I've only played this on stream.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Wait, what? What? What have I walked into?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the
Adventure
Broom
Line!
Closet, because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite
Can't believe
jokes,
I'm not
this
yellow like my
bucket
beloved
that they've never seen
Adventure
before.
Line.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Yes, I
Make
do.
the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Yes! Please! Yes! My beloved Adventure Line!
Look at that wacky line.
Look at
Who
it
knows
go!
where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yes! This is all I wanted. I just wanted the music. Da da da.
Now, this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. Not the Adventure Line. I will give up anything as long as I get to keep the Adventure Line. 'Tis my favourite after all. Oh.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
What?
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
No.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Let me destroy it!
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it.
Let me throw in the bucket!
Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
I did try and give it the bucket.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
I'm sorry.
Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Rip the Bucket Destroyer. It is very bright. Could we fade back into not bright white screen? Thank you. You were throwing my lighting off. Let's go. There's another one. Wow, I lagged like crazy there on the Rip Bucket Destroyer. Rip Bucket Destroyer.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I need to know
Stanley
what the
decided to go
input
to the meeting room.
is.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
R.I.P. that. Aha! Nice.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No. We're here now.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
There's a Stiggly Wiggly over there.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies.
Figlies.
What do you think, Stanley?
Figlies.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Have you heard of Among Us, Stanley? We need to vent, Stanley. We are venting. Nice.
This is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Love a good cutscene.
euphoria I feel every time
Good
I
cutscene.
pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
I think someone's a bit
Make
obsessed.
sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so. What do I do with this treasure?
I think someone's
I
a
can
little bit...
monetize it.
Oh no. Not capitalism. No.
Unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
No.
This is my golden ticket.
Oh,
But I have
buddy.
to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Oh no.
What's that? Who's there?
When did this become a horror game? Ah! Wrong side. That one's my phone. Why is it suddenly a horror game? I thought I said I wasn't playing Bendy today! Huh. Well then. That was intense. That's just it? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yikes.
Could it mean?
Big yikes, right?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But I just realised I never did the
A good bucket,
turn the machine
a strong
on.
bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
I never turned it on. Oh. With the bucket at least. Do we get narrator,
Stanley clutched the bucket
angry
tightly to
narrator
his
number
chest
2?
and entered the door on his left.
I would very much like angry narrator number 2. I think that would be very good. This just reminds me of Mark Noir. Somewhere both red and blue and nearby a fireplace. I don't know if I've seen a fireplace.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh. Whoop.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh, if there was going to be a fireplace, I'd guess it would be here.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
So, is this stupid... Ah! Near a fireplace.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anarines. Very soon, you'll...
Figler Anarines?
And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
That will make me happy.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used
Place
to have
that's red
none
and
of-
blue.
And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anarines. None of us can.
Okay. A place that's red and blue? Going down. Doors closing. Please mind the gap. Let's go turn the machine on. Let's get him. Let's get an angry rant. Feed the simps. That spark gets me every time, I swear.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, we go in, we go in. We crouch, we go. Boop.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yeah.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Whee.
monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into
poor
tears
bucket.
as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything
We're
would
over
be
there.
fine.
It's my office. Boop.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
That's a good question.
These questions
This is a
raced
bucket.
furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this
Must
point,
keep
he
friend.
could trust no one except for the bucket.
Bucket is friend. Bucket is love. Bucket is life. We love the bucket. Okay, we're
But
here.
was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
So,
For he and the bucket would dismantle the
yes,
controls
yes,
for
thank
good.
you. The skip
Two
button, please.
best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Good bucket. So, we've turned it off, and the factory facility wouldn't.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Bucket!
Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
How could you, Bucket?
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this?
Bucket!
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Right, we're not getting...
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring
Goose!
and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only
I
a
like the
facade
seagulls.
to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, living through
goose.
live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Goose!
Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
We get a happy
And
ending?
Stanley was happy.
We got a happy ending! So there isn't a sequel to narrator getting mad at us? Damn. But we got some silly birds. I do like silly birds. Wait, but...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, there's
No
5.
matter
I thought
how
there were
hard
4.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright, Bucket, you come in with me.
The embrace of an old
What if we
friend,
die?
a weathered companionship that stands
I
the
don't know
test
where
of
would be
time. Stanley
red
clutched
and
the bucket
blue.
tightly to his This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
Where is
telling
red
him
and
that
blue?
The employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
No.
Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took
Because
the
we didn't
door
do
on
the
his left
death
to go
ending.
back to the meeting room.
Can you die with the bucket?
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms.
Aww.
How deeply touching.
Okay. I didn't expect it to be a long one, but... I didn't... Was there something in the true ending? Because that was something we did. Oh, that does something! I thought that was just a silly side thing, I guess. That's right. That's a lot of buttons. Do I have to turn them all on? No, they're turning themselves back on. Buttons. I suppose this would be Stanley's heaven, wouldn't it? Just mashing buttons forever. Slay! Is there a way out of this? Oh, they're saying buttons! I don't know if there's a way out of this. This would entertain me for far too long. I guess you can't get this ending with the bucket either. Thinking again. You're just in heaven. Cool. I guess that's another ending. Oh, okay, and you can go back to it whenever you want. Cool.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So maybe where the true ending?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
For a second there, I didn't recognize that. This is new. What? Huh?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
I love how it just
Bucket
goes,
was wrong.
bucket's wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
Because I've
Go
never been over
somewhere
there.
else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Oh, okay.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay. It is what it is.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone.
No.
Oh, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things.
Vanilla
Buckets
Coke.
can't talk.
It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
I don't trust it.
Don't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer? or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh wait, yes there is. It's sitting right here.
Okay, last time it glitched when we watched one of the videos, so...
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
Probably not.
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
That's good.
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit.
I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
Oh.
These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing.
Okay.
To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
Okay.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half. Pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary.
Understood.
When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I don't particularly want to, so I'm not gonna. No! You can't just put it on the screen. I'm not gonna listen to you.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
This explains
Finally,
Hell's
it's time to hand out
message
surveys.
a few months ago, huh?
Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian.
Gotcha.
An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long
Gotcha.
and should include the same question reprinted several times.
Gotcha.
Just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not
Understood.
simply filling in answers at random. And
Understood.
that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all.
Slide.
Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point.
No.
You gut-busting little scamp.
No.
After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence.
What?
To very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles.
Okay.
All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
I have several
Hey,
questions.
goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So
Gotcha.
with that in mind, I believe the only way forward
Mildly concerning,
is for
maybe
us
more
to
than
return
mildly,
to the
yeah.
2 doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along,
Gotcha.
let's head back.
Okay. Let's go. All this because I didn't pick up a phone. Again. I don't like picking up the phone. Anyone who knows me in real life knows I will not answer the phone.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches.
I probably will be.
You'll say, how ridiculous, how absurd, what a hilarious concept. The king
is
of
funny.
comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank
Oh, there is.
goodness we have the
There's still that door over there.
Otherwise, who knows where
But
we'd be right now.
I'm that one there actually.
Well, I wouldn't be the king of
This
comedy,
is
that's for sure.
Huh?
The bucket spoke to
Oh,
Stanley.
yeah.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Unless it's for you, then I'll pick up. Yeah, I'll pick up if it has your name on screen. I do not pick up for random calls. Because I hate answering the phone. Answering the phone is not fun. Although at work today we had someone call up. It rang once, and then as I went to pick up the phone, they hung up, and I'm like, oh, okay then. So I haven't answered the phone in a while. Besides, Discord is different. Discord, I can see your username. Aha, we're back. Okay.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Gotcha.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done.
I'm sorry.
The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley?
No.
Are you proud?
Oh.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
He said go right.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the time...
Okay, you're going to bed? Okay, sleep well.
Joke will never land.
I hope you do well tomorrow. You've got this.
Fault.
I believe in you 100%. Sleep well.
After the 2 doors room.
I will hydrate, okay? Thank you for the hydrate.
I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Night, Fossa.
Sure, that will help me improve my...
Oh!
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are.
Okay.
No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame. Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so mental. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. Getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes.
Oh.
I need more instructional videos.
No, you don't, honey. Honey, no. Don't, because it's a slippery slope into... Sorry, Leroy. It's a slippery slope into listening to podcasts if you start watching more instructional videos. Honey, no. We don't want you watching comedy podcasts, because that's just going to be no fun for anyone. Okay, I'm not picking that up.
My God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts. How can you stand this much bumpscosity?
Finally! The bumpscosity did something. What about Distractable? I haven't listened to Distractable in about 2 months. Because I used to listen to it for work, but I haven't listened to it in a while. I guess I'll take the bucket with me. We're still missing one of the Stanley figurines.
Everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
The Distractable is one of the good
Stanley
podcasts, so I will give it that.
to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I think I've done...
But
Oh, I
Stanley
haven't
had felt
done
the bucket
Escape.
calling to him, telling him that the employee
That
lounge
room's
was
not
simply the place to be.
Red and blue either.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out
No.
to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Like, Distractable is
Stanley
good.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting
I've nearly crashed my car listening to Distractable several
No.
times.
said the bucket.
Okay, is there a way to get over that? Like, the door's
Go somewhere
open.
else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good,
said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him,
As
of
long
course,
as I
because
time
buckets
it
can't
right.
talk. But Stanley chose not to
Let's
think about this
wait.
obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Well, there goes the lift. I guess I could go this way? You supposed to? Danger. Danger everywhere. I need that sign in my household. Danger. Danger everywhere. Good sign. Good sign. Very good. Ooh. What's this? 2B3? Okay.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
Oh.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay
I'm
to
sorry,
bring
I
a
didn't
bucket
realise.
here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Gotcha.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh. Okay. Well, guess we're gonna learn what is and isn't a... This looks like a game show. Is this the wolf stuff?
I'm going to run
Wolfstache would love this.
And you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Wolfstache would love this. This hoodie is really annoying me today. Let's try that.
Is or is not a bucket.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
I think it is, yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Gotcha. Now that...
Is this a bucket?
I think that's a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I understand now. I understand.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely
I don't trust you.
Incredible. Let's just move on to the next
I am incredibly good at messing things up, Mr. Narrator, sir. See this?
Is this a bucket?
It's a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Good, good, good. Understood. I understand that.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
It sings.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How... It either is or is not.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something.
Schrodinger's bucket.
In your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Here we go.
Don't take my bucket! He snapped. He Thanos'd it. He Thanos'd the bucket.
Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket? My God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Just the husbands left. Agreed, agreed.
We're not buckets.
Mr. and Mr. Parable are still alive.
Much more at ease
Mr. and Mr. Parable are not
Get some
buckets.
clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game.
Ah,
So, tell you what,
shit.
I'll reset everything.
Okay.
We'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Understood,
And
understood.
we'll know that it's all a bucket.
Yes,
if
we
you
will.
run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Okay, I got
Who
it.
knows what that information might do to a person?
Mhm.
All right, here we go.
Gotcha. Well, what if you go over there without the bucket? I didn't do that. What if I don't
All
take...
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Screw
room.
you,
Perhaps he
bucket.
had simply missed a memo.
Still can't get into the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it.
Yes,
perfectly well.
I have
Perhaps he
set
wanted
up
to stop by the employee
more...
lounge first, just to admire it.
Thank you. I've set up more redeemable things so you can choose the colour of my headphone lights now. That was something I meant to set up
The lounge was
months ago.
grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to
Oh
breathe a
god.
little. This made him smile.
Oh
At
god.
last, proof that he was human.
Terrifying. Imagine having blood.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So yeah, I didn't try jumping off the
Look,
lift
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on
last
the wrong
time, because
foot.
I went up there and I unplugged the phone.
I
I've still
realize
never
that investing
picked
your
up the
trust
phone,
in
and I
someone else
pretty
is
much refused to.
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. What? Really?
No.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay. You have a OneNote notebook for stream stuff, got a table for future redeemables and how much to make it. Make them. Oh, that's good. No buckets past this point. I mean, I just knew that I wanted to have these be customizable by chat, and I have to manually do it anyway.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Remember later, we go through the red door.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly.
The
Seriously,
Stiggly Wigglies.
Stanley, this is a real accomplishment.
We're
This
good.
is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements,
Correct.
you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
We were going to go through the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And
Okay.
I think I have a solution.
Oh.
Here, let me show you.
Oh. I'd praise you, but I know.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
I'd praise you, but I know how you feel about praise. They knew what they were doing. They 100% knew what they were doing. I found space.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel
happy.
This is so pretty. Look at it. It's all blue with space. This is just me wanting to go to a planetarium. There are cubes! Wait, they're different colours now. What? This would make me so happy. Can I go here? Like, in real life, can we have a real place like this? This reminds me of, there's, this really cool, like, interactable place you can go, at the Sunshine Coast. I think it's called Infinity. And it's like a bunch of sensory rooms, and it's so nice, and I wish I didn't have to rush through it last time we were there. Foster and I went a few months back now, and it was good fun. It was actually a year ago, because I was doing my dance chain at the time, because I left her locked outside while I did the dance chain. She had food. It's fine. Don't tell her that I'm telling you this. She's gone to bed. Don't worry about it. But we went to Infinity Attraction like 3 times in a single day, one of which she was kind of tipsy for. It was so much fun. But I would love to go again. So Minnie, when you come out here, we're dragging you to that, because it was so much fun. Reminds me of this. This and like planetariums. God, I love planetariums. I like being able to just watch people talk about space. It's all pink. I like this. This is better than the Heaven. Sounds like a fun day? Yeah. We ended up getting an Airbnb, and we went and did like crazy golf. Infinity takes like an hour because you've got to wait to get in and then go through it. But there were escape rooms, there was mini golf, there's a really nice chocolate place which has so many sweet treats and really good hot chocolate. And I think they do coffee as well. So, I'm gonna drag you there. And it has Holy Moly, which is like the crazy golf place in Australia. The door's still open. I don't want to leave here, but it doesn't seem like there's anything here. So I guess...
No, wait. Where are you going?
Oh.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
No, I can't.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Oh, this is gonna be sad, isn't it? Do I have to throw myself off? But he's so happy! I don't know if I could. He's so happy here. Look at the cubes. Yeah, what? I have to? No!
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
I don't wanna. He's so happy in here. There's literally no other way.
Are you are going to stay here, aren't you?
Oh god, his text is actually gonna make me cry, isn't it? No. Sad noises? No.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
If he has another voice line. I'd rather jump off into this nothingness, because then at least it's like one last happy thing before we go. I don't like this.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
No.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Oh. There's no way out. I have to do it a second time? No. I'm sorry.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Like, the music is really pretty too. Like, he told me to come back. I feel like my step pattern is slower now that I've jumped once.
No. No, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
I'm sorry. It's the only way for me to leave. If this door would open, we could get out of here. I have to do it again.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Sounds so
Yes.
sad.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Oh. You have to jump 3 times. He sounds so sad. I have to draw Stanley just sitting here watching like the cubes and things. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to see the rest of the game and I can't.
No, perhaps not.
I can't see the rest of the game if I just sit here. When I play this game for an entire Tuesday, I'll come back. You can have it for 24 hours. It's all for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No. It's not me, it's Stanley. If I land on the stairs, maybe I won't die.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
How many
Looks like you wanted to make a choice after. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
How many times do you have to jump?
to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Three without going back. Oh. It resets when you go back. I have to jump 3 times in a row. I swear, I am definitely walking slower. Sorry. Like, those footsteps are definitely slower.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
I'm gonna just take a quick second. That's so sad. That was in the original game as well. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm alright, I just need a moment. I'll be back in a minute. There we go. And we're back. You can hear me this time. Let me turn the taking a break text off. It is glowing like crazy. There we go. I remember why I don't wear this hoodie as much. Let me jump back to this. There we go. But we're back. I'm okay. I just needed to go to the bathroom more than anything. But I'm fine. We're all good. Why is my work chat going off? Oh. Tomorrow is going to be hell. Okay. That's why the work chat's going off. Okay. But we're back. Hopefully Minnie realizes that we back. So we back in the mine. Got a pickaxe swinging. What the?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
Oh!
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Sure.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
We get to go back? Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. 2013, when the Stanley Parable was released. I actually remember most of 2013. 2013 is a good... Oh! I want to hear him say unfunny again! No! I guess we go downstairs?
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley. And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
The warehouse, wasn't it? I think I did this one first.
No. The warehouse was the 4th place you found a Figanli, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished
in a bad mood.
that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the warehouse feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
One's in a bad mood. Oh, that sucks. I guess it happens, but that still sucks. I hope she gets it next time.
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Oh, that'll be the one behind the fireplace. Oh, no.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
He made a video? Windows Movie Maker. Oh my god. Slay. Mini stand number 5. Oh. You found it behind the boss's office. It's trying its best. Thanks for watching. I guess that would change depending on which one you found fit, huh? Credits. Directed by narrator, edited by narrator, everything directed. Starring Stanley.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Took him 8 minutes to make it. Good for you, narrator Chan. Chan? No. Good for you, Mr. Narrator. Okay, can't go that way. Bruh.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
Hell yeah.
It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Bruh. Bruh. I'll go to the blue door. Oh. Then lead to the same place. Okay. You are in the
And
present.
then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Oh. Bye, Memory Zone.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't
Okay.
there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
More? He wants more?
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Slay.
Yes, I love that video.
Slay. He loves that video. I have been saying slay far too much recently. It's pink.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
I like it. This is where the Disney princesses hang out. Floating in their pink void.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one. This was our second Figly. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
There's no writing on the
truly
wall.
A wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Oh, this is reminding me of the nostalgia episode of the
very
Stanley
first one we
Parable.
found in the
Not the
exhibit
Stanley
where I
Parable, the Sanders
introduced you to
Sides.
the figurines. Oh, I want
These
more
are
memories, Stanley.
terrifying.
I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh, we're back here. The jump circle!
It's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then.
But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually...
I've still got jumps
fond of it
remaining,
now.
just in case.
Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Of course we're gonna go left.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was...
Good choice, thank you.
I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And
Gotcha.
then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
You wanted a husband.
Perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship.
You did.
And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion.
You
even
needed a
if
husband.
He was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again.
Yeah,
I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know
This
what?
really sounds
Since we're in
sus.
the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling this story so very much.
Am I gonna
Okay.
cry again?
Here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Just finished all of your online work experience finally? That's so good! Oh, that's awesome! I'm so happy for you. This is the story of a man named
All
Stanley.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I want to turn off all of the PCs. I can't turn off that one because that'll count as an input and will take me to button heaven.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
A wild Axew! Axew is such a good Pokemon. I love Axew. It's so cute.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
If this is the last run.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But
Yes.
alas, no stickers.
I want more stickers.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket
Broom
walked
closet.
upstairs to the
Woo!
boss's office.
There's Stickly Wiggly in there. What's this? Was I supposed to find this? I was just... listen to him dance! Oh my god, the elevator, fuck yeah. I didn't know this was here. I just was clicking on the doors. I have heard the audio from this though. This makes it all better. We vibin'. I need to make a dancey emote. Please sing. Mark being in the elevator was peak content. It was. I think I saw a clip of that. Getting bored now. Wait, you can leave at any time? It's just there to be there? You can press both of the buttons at once. Let's go. Should we? What happens if we go down? Is this gonna get me copyright claimed on YouTube if I keep playing it? Okay, he just does the same thing over and over. Good to know. That is so funny. I love that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
No Stickly Wiggly over here. Should I escape? Or should I go through the big doors that read Mind Control Facility? I don't remember exactly what I'm supposed to do. He's like, let's give this one more run. And sparks. I remembered this time. Should I?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very
backwards.
painful death for each of them.
I am very much walking backwards. I can't see where the death is. If I can't see it, it's not there. Maybe I should have turned around. But this time I've got the bucket. The bucket can hold the compression. Dunk. Oh boy.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Come at me, Death.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Whee! Yeah, we did this without the bucket, but I haven't done it with the bucket. The Stanley
It was a shame,
parable.
the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Oh god, reading. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? The Bucket Museum is the entire museum. Wait, where'd my bucket go?
How arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
That is more than 25 buckets. Bucket with 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death for just attempting it. Damn. Inferno bucket. Cool. The stress bucket, an analogy. Worrying, negative thinking, lack of reassurance. This is definitely a museum about buckets. Cave drawing. Predate the existence of mankind. We do not know by how long. Early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket. Likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. I got my bucket back.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision for...
I think I died. I don't know, fam. Might be dead. Oh, so there was more than one last one?
need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
The one last input takes you to button heaven. That's button heaven in there. Wife? Yeah.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate.
So how do I... Is there another ending?
As soon as Stanley noticed that the door to his office was still open, he rushed in with his bucket and shut the door. The pressure of going out and finding another bucket variant on one of the Stanley Parable's classic endings was simply too much for him.
I didn't think you could
It's
take...
nothing but swapped-out dialogue describing a bucket, he screamed to himself. It's not nearly different enough to be considered a true sequel. No, he would stay right here in his office where things were safe, familiar. If others were happy with the bucket endings, well, good for them.
I've not
But
seen this
Stanley
one.
knew that one day, somehow, a true sequel would emerge with actual new content.
Hell yeah.
If only he had waited long enough. Just a little longer, Stanley. Keep waiting. You'll get it one day, surely. Eventually. Just keep waiting. Just a little longer now.
I can wait. I genuinely have never seen that ending. I didn't know the door would stay open.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office? Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need.
So what else is there to
Stanley
do?
touched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Because I know there's a way to get back to the
Still no one was here.
fixed achievement, isn't
Stanley
there?
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned.
There we go. We outta here. Come on, bucket. Let's get out of here. You are now leaving. We getting out of here? Oh, did it do the thing where it leaves right before you catch it? I'm so sorry. It is so rigged. There's a binacle, I guess? Sometimes it does that, and it's very funny, because then it's like, it's left. You look silly, you look foolish. many stairs is Stanley taking at once? Escape launch bay. Escape. Wait, where's my bucket? Okay, good, my bucket's still here. I'm not controlling this. Escape, yes. This is slightly creepy. Just push the bucket in if you're gonna get rid of the bucket. There's space for both of us in there. No! He's gay for the bucket. He's gay for a lot of people by the sound of things, including his wife. Goodbye, bucket. The bucket got out. Goodbye, bucket. Goodbye.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's actually gone! Wait, so what do we do now the bucket's gone?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What do we do? I kind of want to go and do the blue door, because I've not done
This
that.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Does this mean I've nearly got every
And here it
ending?
was, the
No more
lounge.
bucket content?
What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room.
Ah, Stanley is
What
also
a
gay for
room.
the employee.
Room. What a room.
He is absolutely gay for this employee lounge. No more
But
bucket.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I still haven't picked up the phone, but I'm not
Stanley,
going
I
to
think
pick up the
perhaps
phone.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
See,
I'm
that
not
door
your
looks
enemy, really.
open.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
Is there a
but
way
the
to get
fact
to
is
it?
That the story has been about nothing but you. all this
Stanley
time.
has a love for everything. He's
There's someone
pan-calling
you've
it
been
now.
neglecting,
Yeah.
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What? Really? I was
Get
in the
right.
middle of something. Do you have zero consideration
That door
for
is
others?
open down
Are
there.
you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to
I
show
don't
you
care.
something beautiful.
Let me prove
I
it.
made you
Let
sad
me prove
last time
that
we
I'm
went to
on
see
your
something
side.
beautiful.
Give me a chance.
No,
Now listen carefully, this is important.
absolutely not.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm not. No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm colorblind. No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so
colorblind.
badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen?
I
Well,
am is the
don't
thing.
let
I'm
me
red-green,
stop you.
colorblind. I'm not walking through a red door.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Ah.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Yes.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with
More
me?
of the
You've given me
adventure line.
Absolutely nothing so far.
I wanted
Tell
the
you what,
adventure line.
Let me take a stab
There's
in
also
the dark at
another
a new design.
entranceway
You
over
can give me
there.
some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
New
Let's
content?
take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Where am I? Where am I? Oh. Oh. Apparently I've put 7 hours into this game. Error, friends list is empty. Okay! I'm going through this door then. Oh.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
New
You
stuff?
wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Of course not.
Let me boot it up.
Go on. I can play new game.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You
Oh.
click the button to move him back to the right, and if
Okay.
he reaches the fire, you fail.
Gotcha.
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Gotcha.
I think the art world will really take notice.
Okay.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So
4
why don't you
hours?
give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective. Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, I hate that. No, fuck you. Goodbye.
You heartless bastard.
I hate that
Did
sound.
you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite
It
me?
was the sound of the
Because if it's
button.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely
It
out
was
of
the
ideas.
button. I
can't
hated
think of
it.
a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's
Oh.
over. Thank you for playing. Your input
You hate
was
babies,
extremely
yeah.
valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see.
Is this where the Five Nights at Freddy's audio comes from?
Yes, this seems like it'll work.
Not a
Let's
big
give it
fan.
shot.
Gotcha. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Wait.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Is this Firewatch?
Well, it seems obvious to me that
Is that
you're
what it's
meant
called?
to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
Fuck
Perhaps
them
for some
kids.
sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that
No,
makes
isn't
sense.
this that
What
Firewatch
a
game that I never
fascinating
played
venture
and
into
never
the
really
experience
watched
of
content
total
for?
mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems
Plus
there's
J,
even more.
of course, of
Come,
course.
let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
No idea. Okay. I think Jack played it. I think you're supposed to play as, like, a park ranger and you watch out for, like, incoming bushfire. Very Australian sounding game, honestly. This looks pretty. I like this. I like that they didn't go hyper realistic.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good
Let's
God,
go!
quickly block it off.
No!
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh.
Sounds like he
heavens,
wouldn't
no.
enjoy Tears of the Kingdom, would he?
Once now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Another
Preferably
game?
something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay.
I love his
I
little
think
humming.
this will be just the thing.
Okay, something with walls. So it's not going to be like Minecraft or anything.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Rocket
It's a
League!
nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. If
Yes!
you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally
I'm Team Blue!
impressed.
I'm Team Blue!
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley,
ball?
I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Balls?
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
He's
Yes,
talking
I
sports
think surely
terms.
we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Yes! Let's go! Ball? I'm Team Blue. Ball.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Are
Is it
you
better
winning,
than my
son?
miserable little story that
Yes!
worked so hard
I
on?
am so happy
Stanley,
right now.
I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Let's go! I scored.
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing.
Now
doesn't it?
there's
Stanley,
two?
I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
More ball! There's so many! Oh, I am so easily pleased, huh? Dunk. What if I am the ball?
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game?
No.
Hold on. What are you doing?
More balls?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Might have fallen a bit of a distance. Portal vibes? Yeah. Very portal-y. Oh, is this floor 5? Ooh. As someone who has never played Portal, I agree, Portal vibes. Oh, there's a Gabite. This one's lit up, so let's go this way. 427, that's me! Ooh. Can I boop something? Am I supposed to be here? Guess not. Oh!
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Well
I can
done,
wait.
Bobs. You caught the gabbit. The end is loading. Loading. Huh.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Replacement bucket! It's back!
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
He's so mean.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I'm just...
entered the door on his left.
Because I do want this to be the last stream I do on this game. And I have been streaming for over 2 hours now. So, I just want to see, is there like an end to the game? So I'm just gonna look at... It's a game rant, just to see.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all.
Oh,
he seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Okay, so I need to access the epilogue, which I don't see. Yeah. So let's get the epilogue, because it is nearly midnight, my time. And, I don't want this to keep going too much longer, so... Okay, so yeah. I really want the epilogue to kick in. That's what I'm hoping for. Apparently you need to open and close the game several times. So, last time we got a bunch of sliders, so this might give us the chance to... What time is it? It is 11:57. Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I've really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. Oh. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. Is the epilogue gonna be an option now? Yeah, that's what I needed to do. I just needed to close and reopen it. Bruh, I'm here with them. Yeah, you're here keeping me company. Can't have me being completely alone. Many, many years later. Ooh, that was bright. Flashbang, yeah. Fire. Look at this. God, this game is pretty. I want to set this as my background, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. Oh. Oof. My chairs! No! Oh my god, that's loud. I need to turn it down. Oh. My chair. No! I'm gonna walk straight towards the sun. Oh! Are we back? Is that the escape pod? That looks like the escape pod. Did my bucket survive? Go get the bucket. I'm going for the bucket! Bucket! The bucket survived. And this is the true bucket, the original bucket. And this will be... Is this the skip button? No, this is the memory zone. Because it's the triangular house. Oh. Stanley Parable 2. Is he gone? Wait, but where's the narrator? Uh-oh. Hey game devs, I found a bug! I don't think I was supposed to get back here. I'm just gonna... We may have to wait through the outro again. Found a bug.
This is the...
Wait, but... I was playing through the epilogue. Did it save where I was up to? Please say it saved where I was up to. Epilogue, yes. It did not save where I was up to. It probably saved that I went into it. Many, many years later. Oh, get ready for the flashbangs! We just get to appreciate it all again, that's all. I like the music. Like, the sound design on this game is honestly incredible. Gonna take a quick sip of water because I am getting dehydrated. Look at the moon. Look at how pretty this is. There we go. There we go. I like that. It's so orange. Look at the chairs. Look at them! It sounds like something C418 would, right? Is it C418? The dude who did all the Minecraft music. Look how pretty that is. SL would love it here. Why does this just give me such strong SL vibes? Like, and we walk straight to the sun. I imagine this is what Pharaoh saw when he first came out of his pyramid. Okay, let's go get the bucket! Bucket! Bucket, we're coming back! I'm so sorry! Bucket! Bucket! I got it back! Okay, let's try this again. We got the bucket back. Okay. Can we dig up the sand? Yeah, this is definitely the memory zone house. I thought it might be the house with the skip button, but it isn't. Okay, let's get back to where we were. And this time, I'm not gonna go poking around at the wall. So yeah, game devs, you can get stuck behind that wall. Cookie Nine's Vlog reviews Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. While the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase. Rather than expand on what made the first game so enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits of the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from recent posts. Marctus. Okay. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, the creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Every narrator fan coming with torches and pitchforks to find Cookie 9. Yeah. Are these the gym buttons? Jim! I get to be Jim again. I might have just knocked my camera, so sorry if I did. Okay, so only the glowing ones can be interacted with. Gotta make sure I am well and truly Jim. The narrator made my name. Oh, Stanley's name, I guess. glowy effect with the stiglerines. Oh, I guess this is what I had to find. Hello again. It's nice to see you. It's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developers said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple, and all we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Grilled baby. I like A Door to Escape. Stanley Parable 3, A Door to Escape. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again, with a new title screen. What do you say? Shall we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to say as well. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. It's actually 12 a.m. That is what time it is. These are just the slider until the computer is barely visible. I'm streaming, so we max it. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Playing the Stanley Parable 3! A Door to Escape. Look at the cargo! Okay, we need to go get that achievement. So I'm gonna pull up the stream is ending soon screen. Because that's the last thing to do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I took the bucket,
Is
wasn't I?
Stanley without the bucket really Stanley at all? No, surely not.
To the expo hall. That's where we need to go. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end. Except the stream is eventually going to end. It has to. I mean, sure, this is nearly a 3-hour stream of just Stanley, but, you know, it has to end sometime. Everything has to end. Oh, are we here? I guess we're here.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable.
Yeah,
and about
we've had
how
this.
roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Hey. But we have seen all this.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
I look forward to seeing it.
Let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Oh yeah, because you finished all your college stuff, didn't you? And you're nearly on holidays?
That surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is... Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
But thank you. It really does mean a lot to me that you're willing to... You're willing to make me a PNG tuber. What happens if you go to the bucket with the bucket's already?
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful.
Then you're free until September!
Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
No, I'm not. Oof! That was a
Stanley!
flashback.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, that was bright.
Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk.
I get it.
I hope one day you can forgive me.
I understand. He took my bucket. It exploded. Gotta go in on Thursday next week. Just so I'm aware, I will pester you so much now that you're finally free for a bit.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Yay! The one that I actually wanted. Get well someday.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
The free achievement, the one that didn't work. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement, no more steps. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
So yeah, I forgot where I was going to go with that sentence. You made 3 different versions with and without headphones. Yes! Gonna take the one I said I prefer and make a few different poses. Oh, thank you. Because I think headphones plus hair down is what I always do for streaming, just because it's comfier. And you know me, I'm gonna go for comfort. Yeah. This is the one that he said couldn't be achieved. And this is why I will never buy the first game, because I like having every achievement completable or completed. So this is what they said they fixed. Hey! Achievement unlocked! Test achievement, please ignore. I got it!
Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You've got the achievement?
Yeah.
Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched?
My friend fixed it.
Composure? Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe.
Aww.
Just breathe.
He's so baby. Thank you. That was so nice. Yeah, I completely lost where I was going with my last set of sentences. He kind of interrupted me and I forgot what I was saying. This has been fun.
What
though.
else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh, the jump circle's still here.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
What if we go to the collectibles? Now I've got them all. Out of order, you've been here already. Understood.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Wait, where is the epilogue? If I'm there. If I'm there, A9 is collectibles. Collectibles is there. Okay. So yeah, you go around this thing. I need to be up on top. That's new. How do I get up there? Ah, there. Enjoy the new features. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I got the epilogue. I've done the epilogue. Is there nothing else? Is this it?
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting. Travel to
There's
all
a Vault
corners
Orb
of
in
the
chat.
settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the set.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah. I saw it all last stream more than anything. This area really is lagging out stream, huh?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet.
I just want to see the new balloons. I think that's it. I think that is everything the game has to. Pick up the new balloons.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Get
it
well
mean?
Sunday.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And I think that is officially the end of the Stanley Parable. Meep meep. I think that's where I'm gonna end up. It was a lot of fun. I won't deny that. That car is gonna drive me nuts. I'm quitting to desktop. Where's my text? There it is. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. If there's any requests for me to play it again, I definitely will. I can always do the speed running, and I never did answer the phone, so maybe there's something there. But I think that's the only ending I didn't get. I think I've done everything else. But yeah, I think that's that's enough Stanley Parable. That's 3 streams worth, and this stream was a long stream. This was nearly 3 hours, so I am getting tired. So many endings, so little time, yeah. And by getting tired, I of course mean it's gone midnight. I should probably sleep, but I'm not going to for a while. But that was fun, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you to everyone who told me, hey, you should go and play this game, because it was definitely worth playing through. And I got it cheap, so of course I can play it whenever. Yeah, I am pretty much ready to head out. Just checking to see if I've had any messages from anyone saying, hey, I'm live, just in case I've missed that, because then we could go raid them. But if not, then I will probably call it for the night. Oh man. And not Valkyrie. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Hydrate. Okay. Just for you, I will hydrate. I need to take my meds anyway, so I'll hydrate even more with that. I have hydrated. That game takes a lot of talking. Streaming takes a lot of talking, so thank you for telling me to hydrate. As you can now see, I do have some new settings, which I'm not sure why they're not in. There we go. So whenever you click one, say I hit that, make the lights teal, and I can go through and set them to teal. It's just a little fun interactive thing. You don't have to use it. It's there if people want to. But yes, I'm gonna go for the night. I did work today. I've worked, come home, and then streamed for 3 hours, so I'm definitely getting tired. Ooh, yeah, I know. I set it up. I didn't tell you I was going to. There's a couple of other ones I want to set. I'm thinking of a end stream one, so people can force me to stop streaming, which would be funny. And I also think I want to make a simp certificate one. So if you redeem that, you get given a certificate in the Discord chat to classify you as a simp. But yeah, I think I might add those if people want them, because I think it would be funny. Until then, I will see you guys next stream, which will probably be next week. My shifts for the rest of this week are later shifts, and they're going to be busy ones, so I probably won't be streaming anymore this week, unless I want to on Saturday, so that Minnie has someone to raid. So if you don't know, tomorrow, go watch Minnie's streams. They're really good. I really enjoy them, and they deserve the entire world. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye! Bye, bye, bye! Bye.